Here we are once again, a baby lion cub. To be more precise, a baby lioness. This time unfortunately we didn't get the chance of getting a male, but now I think it's time for us to do a female gameplay. Born into a healthy pride, there was not really much I needed to be worried about. We had food, we had water, and we also had protection. The only problem for me is that we are currently living inside of a cave. A place that there's only one way in and one way out. And with small babies and still a few growing lions, we could easily get overrun by other prides. For a baby cub, there is not really much we can do at the first few hours because we are actually vulnerable and we can't really do anything on our own. So the best way to grow, it's with our aunts and mother. Hitting juvenile stage, now we could finally roam around and leave the cave. Because after all, word around the pride was that a elephant wanted to fight our family. So of course I didn't really want to miss it. Unfortunately, that elephant never came. Although pretty dangerous for us to fight a full-grown adult, something much dangerous came along later on. A enemy pride. My initial thought when we spawned came true. On a big fight like this, we had nowhere to escape and the only thing we could do was hide. The scouts show for themselves how fearsome the battle was. I didn't really know if we lose anyone because when there's pride fights, the main target are usually males, so we had to wait and see. Because a lot of the members were low HP and we didn't really want to stay in the same place because now we were vulnerable for other prides and we don't want the opposing one to come back and fight us again. So it was for the best to migrate south where there's healing plants, food and even water. And after that, in the blink of an eye, we were already in our sub-adult stage. Still vulnerable, but now we were capable of at least protecting our siblings, and we were closer to becoming the ultimate lioness. Life until we hit adult was very peaceful, with no interactions and no other lion prides to fight us. We had all of the South for ourselves. Our first sight after a few hours, a elder elephant, too strong for even us as a pride to take on him. But there was one brave lion that decided to challenge this elephant into a 1v1. He fought the elder elephant alone while the whole pride was looking. Now, of course, in a 1v1 situation, a lion versus an elephant has almost zero chance of winning. This fight lasted for a few minutes, but unfortunately, our dear friend lion had to surrender, and with that, the friendly 1v1 has ended. 1-0 for the elephant. Fast forwarding a little bit, we finally hit adulthood. And with that we also found a stray baby lion cub, which unfortunately he was probably new and didn't really know how to eat. So I decided to help him out and also bring him back to our family. And also, don't know if you can tell, that I'm pregnant. So soon enough we will try and raise ourselves our own lion pride. And as soon as I was ready, it was time to leave the pride and start our own family, or even find other people, because after all, this pride was getting a little bit big. And then that's when I found a small group of lions, which would become my second family. I was happily accepted into the pride. This one was smaller than the previous one, but because we were expecting childs, sooner than later this pride would grow into a healthy one. And because we were guarding basically the section that divided the west with the south, we could find a little bit of people migrating to the oasis. We were ready to give birth to 3 healthy cubs. Now the big issue and problem when it comes to this server is that a lot of the times people don't really go for the birth, they go for the buy your lion bot. So we had to risk it and see if anybody would take it. As you know from previous videos, I am not really good when it comes to inviting or even creating a family. So let's have our fingers crossed and see if we can have some babies. So actually, as always, we were not having luck in finding any children. A few funny things happened actually that I do want to show. A show Bill wanted to try and eat and be friendly, but unfortunately someone from our pride decided to kill him, even though we had food. Also, a baby leopard showed up out of nowhere, and also he didn't survive. But you know me, we don't waste food around here, so we had to make sure to have our stomach full for our future kids. And after a long conversation, we decided it was time for us to migrate to a place with more action. Because I had the water bug, I had to relog, and I was not the only one with this problem. And because of that, there was a little bit of confusion that was very, very close call. Another group of lions decided to attack. The big confusion here, I didn't know who was who and how many there were. And because my build was not suitable for PvP, I took a lot of damage. The only thing that we could do was watch while the males fight. And while the fight was over, I was still battling for my life. Because one small damage and I was a goner. Decided together with my pride to try and regen my HP, because I was even vulnerable to die of fall damage. But here's where we separate ways, because they still wanted to go to the oasis and fight, but I was badly wounded. So I decided to not risk my pregnancy and my life and decided to go to a safe place. Here's where basically our journey ends. If you want more content like this, make sure to hit that like and subscribe and leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully then we will be able to create our pride. Until then, see you in the next Animalia survival video. Kato here, take care and peace.